What's up, guys? Luca here, Luca Teal. Yes, the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucario, the Ashen Luca. It's me. I'm here with another episode of the show. Now, today I will be discussing my thoughts on that state of play and anything else you guys would like to talk about because I have no idea what happened this week in the gaming community, which is a staple of me just completely out of touch with what's going on. But honestly speaking, I've been thinking about it, and not to sound like a boomer. But god, do I miss how the community was before. Like, how I miss how the community was before. I miss the community days of old. I wanna go back to 8th gen, okay? I wanna go back to 8th gen. I am just so I'm just so bored. Honestly speaking, I feel like the introduction of spaces has been a detriment to this community. It has given the concept of everyone having a platform in theory sounds great, but in actuality it's been pretty bad, man. It's been pretty bad because all of those people who would say the most egregious, disgusting things in your comment section that you could just ignore or delete their comments, it's like they're not even real people, right? Like, they're real people, but they're not real to you. All of them are able to just come on the mic and say the most disgusting things about you and to your face, and there's nothing you can really do about it because the host loves drama, and it just derails from there, you know? And ever, since, some of the spaces were entertaining, sure, but after a while I was like, okay, I'm kind of over this, right? Like, you can only listen to someone cursing someone else out so many times and calling them names so many times before you're just kind of like, all right, whatever. At least back in the 8th gen, we had podcasts. Now, were there a lot of fanboy podcasts? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, there was a level of decorum that existed because we would spend time with these people every single week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be with them every week. We would hear whatever egregious things would come out of their mouth, in the sense of it was typically just like painfully fanboyish, you know what I'm saying? And now it's just kinda like I just feel like there's just I don't know. I guess me personally, I'm just not as interested in what's been happening lately, just because I feel like there's n it's like not fun anymore, I guess you could say. I feel like it's just kind of like boring and not engaging. Like, I'm not even enthused about gaming anymore at this point. Like, don't get me wrong, you guys already know I me playing games is kind of, up, it's a little up in the air. It's a little iffy, you know what I'm saying? I was for a very long time a Destiny 2 whore, and that was the only game I'd play, but at least I was playing, you know? And now it's like I feel like it's not just me. I just feel like so many people are just like they're not enthused about gaming anymore, console gamers, that is. What what's up, singer?
What's up? I was helping people out.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Shout out to Chronodium, I believe that's how you say their name. Appreciate you becoming a member of the channel, thank you so much. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I feel like this community has it's just boring, like, I'm just bored, and I just feel like for console games, I'm not as, like, enthused or energetic or anything like that. I'm just not as excited as I used to be when it came to like these shows and oh, we're gonna get a new show. I wonder what they're going to reveal at the show. I'm so excited. So at least have something to talk about in that regard to see like like the energy. I just felt like the energy was different, and now it's just kind of like for me at this point, I forgot the state of play was happening as it was happening, and it was like 40 minutes in or so, and I was like, "Oh, damn. Hey, y'all, how's that state of play going?" And guess what people said? Not well, you know?
It
It
really
wasn't
wasn't.
going well, you know? And for me, I'm just kinda like, at this point where this has happened so many times in which, people get hyped for a show, like, "Oh, okay, new show, I can't wait," right? Get hyped for a show, and then it ends up just being mid. or just boring or just nothing, you know? And so today I decided to spend some time watching the actual state of play. And honestly speaking, I felt like it was fine, like it was okay, I guess. It was like whatever, you know. As I was watching like Concord, especially, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I feel like people are like super jaded. I feel like people are super jaded, right? Because it's like, oh, this seems just like a typical, like fun, silly sort of like just dumb jokes sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, anyway, let's just go ahead and get into the full show. So Sony had their state of play this week, and I was just kind of like, all right, let's get it in. And yeah, I mean, Singer, what did you think of the state of play?
Oh, it's a great state of PC.
Oh, okay.
Um, I mean, well, it was, it was a show. Let's say that because Concord was, woof. You spent way too long on that garbage. Like that is PlayStation's bleeding edge right there. Like
Oh, you think so?
I got confused because I was watching the girl with the snipers gameplay, and I was like, wait a second, that's Anna from Overwatch.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I saw the pistol, the guy with the pistol, and I was like, that gameplay's kind of like McCree. And then I saw Destiny gameplay, and I was like, so this is a poor man's Destiny. And then I saw the characters, and I was like, they're trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy, right? They're trying to be
Yeah, they're very,
them.
very Guardians esque.
And then I was like, so you couldn't get the license, so you tried to create your own. So you got Guardians of the Galaxy at home, and then they spent way too long on the game, and I was like, so what's the point of this? And then naturally everyone was clowning it. So it was whatever. God of War Ragnarok PC, fantastic announcement. Am I going to play it? Absolutely not. But okay, cool. Now the announcement that did get me was Dynasty Warriors Origins, because I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, and with Dynasty Warriors 9, that was just a complete cash grab, and they ruined it with microtransactions, and they went completely off the deep end. Like, it's completely unpositive on Steam. It's a whole waste of time. So hopefully they learned their lesson, and they're not going to make Origins this cash grab, microtransaction filled fiesta. So here's hoping they learned their lesson. And then Infinity Nikki is, I have no idea who that's for, but good luck to you. Um, all I know is my PlayStation guys like to play dress up. Okay. Then you had Ballad of Antara, which looks really, really cool. Another Souls like game. But I really love the aesthetic, so that was a hit for me. Then Skydance Behemoth, I don't care about VR. Aliens don't care about VR. Marvel Rivals was always going to be a play anyway. That just confirmed it. Whatever. Where Winds Meet is really good for me because I really love Chinese mythology, and it is straight into Chinese mythology. Uh, then you had Until Dawn, don't care, whatever. Path of Exile 2, that ain't gonna. That might do well on consoles, but I'm unsure. I mean, if you like Diablo, you like Path of Exile. I enjoy it. So there we go. Silent Hill 2 remake. I have no idea what they did with that remake. Shout out to Bloober Team being the bane of everyone's existence. I mean, I mean, Bloober Team's I have no idea how Bloober Team managed to land a Silent Hill remake. There was just something wrong with the face of the girl. There was just some. Well, I looked at it and I was like, okay, this looks, but there's something just wrong. It feels wrong.
Damn, is it
There's
really that
something there.
bad?
It really is. Like I have no idea how they got their hands on Silent Hill,
Bro, Imma
especially
keep it
after
real with
the
you, that game is so old, the character models are ugly in general, like
yeah, but you hire Bloober Team and you look at their track record and you're like, how you could have given it to anyone else and they probably would have done a better job. Okay, cool.
I
Then
think
we
what's
had
his name, Ethan? I think Ethan looks fine. That's his
he
name, right?
does. Yeah, but the girl doesn't. There's something desperately wrong with that scene. It's like she's got a chubby face but a nice body, and the two don't add up.
Oh,
Um, Monster Hunter Wilds looked great. I mean, I'll play Monster Hunter. I'm a fan. And then Astrobot looked fantastic, but that's your huge banger that you ended on. There's something wrong here if that's
oh,
your
man.
final banger. I mean, it looks great, but that's your highlight of the show, Astrobot. But then when I look through the list, I'm like, in reality, all of this is coming to PC except for like 2 games. So I'm like, so okay, it was a great state of PC because of that, but I agree. It's just this show is probably not what they needed or what PlayStation needed because there was too much 2025. The show was supposed to be about this year, and the only thing you're getting this year is Until Dawn and Silent Hill 2 and Astrobot, I think they said is this year. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a train wreck.
Where
Shout out
is
to
my
PlayStation.
fucking Bloodborne remake? Every fucking game that PlayStation has gets a goddamn fucking remake except for Bloodborne. Like, come on, man. Like, oh my god. Did Until Dawn sell a lot? Me,
Probably not.
I
I
wish
wouldn't
Tomo was
imagine.
here. It's like one of his favorite games. Until Dawn sales 1.38 million units. Okay. Um,
Mega
okay.
banger right there.
Hold on. Uh, that was from a while back. Okay, I can't open this link here. So it's saying on here that it's almost 4 million, right? Until Dawn 4 million. So okay, let's look at Bloodborne sales must have been like fucking abysmal. Sales. Okay. Nope. Bloodborne sold 7.46 million by 2022. I bet that number's up because Elden Ring came out and people probably went back to check it out. Where is my fucking Bloodborne remake, Sony?
The thing is, you're never gonna get it, right? And that's just gonna forever be. It's like the same thing. Why I want a KOTOR remake. It's probably never gonna happen. Um, Even though they announced it, and then all of a sudden it disappeared into the shadows, and they fucked up anyway because they didn't give it to a good studio, and then they hired some new people who were gonna fuck up the story anyway. So I'm glad it got canned. So in actual fact, it saved the world by it getting canned. So I mean, here we are. Maybe one day they'll actually get the thumb out their ass and give it to someone who can actually do a good KOTOR remake.
God
I could
damn.
think of 5 studios off the top of my head. But hey. So it was a decent 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10
That's
seems
very
reasonable.
generous.
I mean, it is generous, but because they showed Dynasty Warriors, which I'm kind of hyped for, and Ballad of Antara and Marvel, Where Winds Meet. So I mean, yeah, overall it was 4. I'd give it a 4 because there was 3. I gave it a point for each game I like. There we go.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, okay, so yeah, I watched it and if we start with the okay, so this is how I rate these shows typically. I will give it a positive score because it was in the sense that it was game after game after game. So the presentation wise was good. I always admire the less talking, the fucking better, right? I'm not trying to hear what these people have to say. I'm not interested at all. So the fact that they showed game after game after game, that's a positive in my book in regards to presentation. So they get they get a for me there, right? In regards to everything else, we'll start with Concord, right? So I saw Concord, and as I was watching the cinematic trailer, I was like, I sure hope they have more than just this cinematic trailer because I think that I can speak for a lot of people, at least the hardcore, quote unquote, hardcore gamers, is that we're, well, people are tired of just seeing cinematic trailers because there's been so much dishonesty in the gaming space with these developers. Like the marketing team just putting out these cinematic trailers, and then the cinematic trailers look absolutely nothing like the actual game, and it's just kinda like, "Oh, okay." And it's, like, super misleading, so all that excitement just kinda dissipates into the abyss. So now everyone is just, like, super skeptical when it comes to that, but they did show gameplay right after showing the cinematic trailer, but as I was watching the cinematic trailer, I was thinking to myself, like, "Damn, am I fucking jaded? Like, am I just super jaded now? Like, am I just completely disinterested in anything going on in the gaming space? Like, this it seems like a quote unquote fun time. It's like a silly, goofy time, guys. But for me, I was just watching it. And I was just kind of like, I mean, this is okay, I guess, you know? this seems like something that some people might be able to get into, but it's, you know, not really for me. It seems it was giving very generic in my opinion, you know?
Yeah.
It was
Thank you.
definitely yeah, it was coming off as, like, super generic to me, and so I was just kinda like, this is alright, I guess." Not really my thing, but yeah, I legitimately as I was watching, I was just like, "Damn, maybe I'm just, like, super jaded. Maybe I've just been in this community for way too long and now everything no, I mean, not everything, but so many things just, like, are just not interesting to me, you know? Maybe I've seen so many people like, hype shit up and then, just, like, completely be super in my opinion, I mean, they could actually be super hype and excited for it. So maybe I'm just projecting here. I feel like people are being disingenuous when they, uh, claim that they're super hyped for things as, like, simple as, like, a state of play, but that's just again, maybe I'm just fucking jaded, man. Maybe it's me. Maybe there's just something wrong with
No,
me
no, no.
when it comes to this space here.
You're definitely not jaded on this game. No, no. This game is, as I said, it's like it wants to be Guardians of the Galaxy slash Overwatch slash Destiny, but it does it all so mid that it doesn't do anything good, like special. When you look at it, you're like, okay, this is generic shooter number 42. Okay, cool. I mean,
Yeah. It definitely was giving generic shooter number 42, like, it was looking like pretty much everything I've seen before, and it's just kinda like, "Alright, whatever," right? Not really it's like nothing, you know? And so I watched the trailer and I was just like, "Yes, this is giving Guardians, like, who did that Guardians game?"
it was the team from Square Enix,
Okay, so,
Crystal
whatever
Dynamics,
okay,
maybe.
whatever team that was that did, the Guardians game, it was, like, definitely giving, like, that silly, goofy, "Oh, we're, we're like, here's the generic white guy who cracks stupid jokes and doesn't follow the plan. And then here's the generic serious woman who is part of the team who berates him for not actually following the plan. And then there's like the sidekick, and then there's the big guy who doesn't say too much, you know? Like I'm just it's like okay, it's fine, I guess. It's like whatever, you know? But yeah, so I was just watching it like, "Oh, all right. Okay, so this is what people were talking about." Now, as I was watching it, I know okay, I felt like I saw some fucking discourse about like Concord and something to do with what here we go. Okay. So here, Mike Grum's one of my favorite accounts. I follow him just for his silly takes. But let me get these super chats first. But shout out to Chronodium saying games are cool, but the style overlap. Okay, I don't know what that means. The CNKRPG? Okay, okay. Not sure,
China, Korea.
oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. See, this is the way it, like, translated over here, Chronodium, my bad. What's up, Black Metal Gamer saying, "Concord looks like first person Bleeding Edge." Thumbs down.
Yes, it does.
Shout out to Viva with the dono. Shout out to all Chronodium and Black Metal Gamer for the donations as well. Appreciate you guys. Saying, "Luca, do you really expect somebody to do a Bloodborne remake? They can't even handle a Kotar remake properly. LOL." Well, Meat Puppet, Demon Souls remake was absolutely phenomenal. So yes, I do expect them to do a Bloodborne remake. Where is my fucking Bloodborne remake?
I mean, just have Blue Point do it.
Exactly. Have them
At
do
this
it,
point,
please.
I
I'll
mean,
fund
they've
it.
regulated them to just a support studio, based off of one of their little PowerPoint screenshots or PowerPoint slides is more accurate. So yeah, just hey, Blue Point, make us a Bloodborne remake, and considering how they did Demon Souls, it would be basically the same exact game with just way better visuals. I mean, like.
Yeah, like please. And shout out to Corey Howe gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate you, my guy. As a member of the channel, you could submit topics for the show. So thank you so much. Say thank you. Thank you, Corey, for everyone who became a member based on Corey's donation. Thank you. But yeah, so I was just kind of like, okay, this is and what's up, Slow? I was like, this is
So
kind of boring. But yeah, so there's like some fucking discourse with the Concord thing. I gotta admit, man. I I gotta admit, I feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
I need
Anyway.
this guy Grums to slip and fall into a vat of acid. I'm sick and tired of
Okay.
seeing this guy. I'm just
Okay.
That's why I
s-
wonder why Luca follows him. I'm like, I couldn't follow him. No way.
Oh yeah, no, I do follow him. I like to keep up to date with some of his interesting takes so I can talk about it on the show. So
oh my gosh.
So
Look at
thanks
that
for
his
taking one for
description.
Luca definitely taking one for the team on this one.
He says Chrono Trigger is best game, which it is, which is like the only thing that he's ever said that was correct. But yeah.
all right,
I can't stand that guy.
Concord, the new game by Firewalk Studios, is so focused on inclusive that they forgot the white guy in their game. Mind you, there is like a white guy in this game. I saw a picture of him earlier. But yeah, inclusive, respectful. Yeah, here we go. Here's the white guy. Yeah. So I don't know what he's talking about. Like they're
Well, he's an engagement farmer. You know, he probably didn't even watch the state of play. He doesn't really know. Like, it didn't surprise me if he just didn't know anything about what he's talking about and just saw other people saying, "Where's the white guy?" and didn't even check himself, which seems to be part of the course with this loser. So,
oh, okay. Yeah, so I saw it and then BG got into it with him. Well, quote, got into it. Not really. Like, I don't think BG actually I don't think this stuff bothers him at all, right? But he was going back and forth with some people who were like complaining. And he did make a good point. Like, if you do the ratio of games that feature a black protagonist versus games that feature a white protagonist, of course, it is heavily skewed one way. So I don't even understand why people complain about stuff like this. Like there's a reason the characters are called the token black guy or the token black character. It's because there's only one of them, and they're there to get that diversity point. It doesn't actually matter. So yeah, so he's just doing his engagement thing. I don't actually think this is a problem. I did see someone else say, I can't remember who it was. Someone else said that the Concord trailer was getting like downvoted because of the quote unquote wokeness. Now I actually went through the comment section and I saw that people were actually complaining about the cinematic trailer and like they're like, okay, we're like really sick of seeing fucking cinematic trailers. We want to see actual gameplay. Like, who else is sick of this? That kind of thing. I didn't see any comments complaining about like woke stuff. Now, just because I didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means I didn't see it, right? So there is that. So I think this is like once again another non-issue. I don't even know how people have the energy to like care about this stuff, but to each their own. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC this September. Now, before we get into that, Soma, would you like to give your thoughts on Concord?
it looks like it's probably not going to make it. And I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible, but yeah, it doesn't look all that appealing. For me personally, I would say, very interesting how this year seems to be like the resurgence of hero shooters because you got Marvel Rivals, which is coming into a beta at the same month as Concord's beta, and they're both coming out around the same time. Both of them seem to be borrowing a lot from Overwatch. Rivals more so than Concord when it comes to Overwatch, but I can see a lot of Valorant in Concord as well. It just seems like a mismatch of a lot of different things, like Guardians of the Galaxy themes, a hero shooter that borrows a lot from the two biggest hero shooters on the market. You're really kind of pigeonholing yourself into a very specific demographic, and that demographic are not people who just leave a game that they've invested so much time and money into. Like if you're a hardcore Valorant player, if you're a hardcore Overwatch player, you spend a lot of money and a lot of time dedicated to that. And so you're not just trying to convince them to quit their game permanently and play your game, which they likely will probably do for a short period of time, maybe try it out for a few weeks. But as soon as they go back to their main, you're done. And you have to kind of battle against their desire to not feel like they wasted their time all these years if they make your game their permanent game or they stop playing the other game, as well as also just being a good game in general. And that's just like a lot of it's the reason why a lot of live service games don't really knock off the top dogs that have been the top dogs for so long. And Valorant, when it came out in like 2021, I think, or 2020, was different enough from Overwatch to carve its own niche, and not only carve its own niche, but to surpass what a number of concurrent players surpass what Overwatch was doing. They didn't do that by copying Overwatch. They made a hero shooter and they made their own kind of hero shooter. And I don't really see any originality in Concord that tells me that they will be doing that. Now, that's it. I could be wrong. I'll try it in July. You know, it's a closed beta. You know, I'll jump in there and see what's what, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it.
Well, I mean, Valorant did clock in 20 million monthly players in just in May. So, I mean, it's still going super strong. I mean, people thought it was going to battle CSGO, which it kind of did, because I play Valorant because it's a Riot game and I'm a huge fan of them. That's what shocked. The MOBA team made a shooter that was actually good. Crazy, I know. But then it's, it's like CSGO. It's got like the gunplay of CSGO, but it's got the hero shooter mechanics of Overwatch. Overwatch doesn't play like CSGO, but Valorant does. So it differentiates itself and carved out a nice little niche. Concord, it's just Guardians of the Galaxy at home. So, I mean, it ain't gonna do. I do have a question for the panel, though.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it's gonna last? Do you think it's gonna last longer than Bleeding Edge or Lawbreakers?
Well, Lawbreakers lasted like 3 weeks. Bleeding Edge lasted a year. So I'm gonna say somewhere in between. More than Lawbreakers, less than Bleeding Edge.
Okay, yeah.
And I based that off of how quickly they pulled the plug on Destruction All Stars. That was like 3 or 4 months.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
by the way, I was on the way home driving when I heard you guys talking about Until Dawn and Singer. Get some better taste, damn it. Until Dawn is fantastic. Anyway, it has sold 5 million copies based off of the leak. Not the leak, the hack. Insomniac hack. It had some sales data in it that revealed that was last year, right? So as of 20, I think the data in there was as of like early 2023 or late 2022, but Until Dawn had like about 5 million units sold when that was made. So it's at least that.
Okay, cool.
But I do think Bloodborne was more, if I remember that document correctly, like 2 million more. So yeah, they need to do a Bloodborne, damn it.
Like, where's my fucking Bloodborne remake? But anyway, moving on from that. So then God of War Ragnarok's coming to PC, not much there. Dynasty Warriors Origins announced. Yeah, as I was watching the gameplay, I'm like, oh, this is definitely fucking Dynasty Warriors. Like, you can recognize that style right away, right?
Yep. I mean, they created that style essentially.
Yep.
Yep, that is their style, and they stuck to it.
Yeah, so that's coming. So people who like Dynasty Warriors, there's that. I do not remember that game. Whatever, but okay. So where winds meet is heading to PS5. Yeah, I guess that looked fine.
It's a mobile game.
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
Well, I mean, it's going
on PC.
Yeah, it's also on the PC as well. But it's like it's kind of like a different art direction. But imagine like how MiHoYo does their games. You can expect that from them too. So I'm interested in it though. I like that one.
All right, sweet. So then we have Ballad of Antara, which is a high fidelity free to play action RPG, which is releasing next year. Yeah, it looks fine. The fact that it's a free to play game kind of gives me pause, but other than that, it looks pretty good. I mean, what do you guys think?
It does. I was really surprised with it.
I'm a little skeptical. And the reason why I'm a little skeptical is that I don't know how much of what I saw was like cutscene ish and how much was actual gameplay. Like it said at the very beginning, it was a mixture of gameplay and cinematics. So all right, but what's the ratio
What's the
though?
ratio? Yeah, for real though.
Is it like 98% cinematics and 2% gameplay? You know, that barely kind of.
It's a little spooky, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks cool. I'm just kind of in a wait and see pattern until I see more. I actually see some like straight up live, not live, but just nothing but gameplay of like maybe like 4 or 5 minutes or so I can really get the feel of it. I mean, some aspects of it does definitely look like, okay, well, where people are just walking, I'm like, that looks like gameplay. But then that's just people walking. I mean, like, damn, like every game has characters walking. It looks cool when they're walking. So I just need to see more.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I was just kind of like, okay, well, interesting. Like I said, it looked good, but then the whole free to play thing has me giving pause. I'm just like, oh, I don't know, man. I
Oh,
just don't.
Ballad of Antara is free to play as well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So, at least according to this IGN article, it's like I said, it gives me pause. Okay, so then for the VR fans, we have Behemoth. It looks good. Like if I cared about VR, I definitely would be interested in this, and this is something I'd pick up if I was like a VR head. So it looks great. No one on here plays with VR, right? No.
Absolutely not.
No.
All right. I do think it's nice that they are actively supporting VR. I think that's a positive thing, regardless of my lack of interest in it. So they also showed off Alien Rogue Incursion for VR. So
That's going to be great in VR. Alien is the IP that would do the best because you can actually make it scary.
Yeah. Okay, and then we had so I personally thought this shit looked like trash, but this is just me. We had Marvel Rivals. I was just like, oh, this is definitely not for me. Like, this is definitely not for me. Let's see here. It goes to PC and Mac, PS5 version, right? And it's just kind of like,
It's going to everything. It's going to Xbox too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was only 2 exclusives in this entire show.
Oh, okay.
Astrobot and I think Infinity Nikki, because even the VR games, because they go into the Quest as well.
Yeah.
So they ain't even exclusive. So yeah.
Yeah, and then we have shout out to Chronodium saying Destruction All Stars did get a major overhaul later on. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Okay, let's see here. Then we had so I will admit, Until Dawn, that shit looked kind of good. Like, yeah, they
I
did
think
really.
You would like it because you've liked Telltale games. You would like.
No, I watched the Rad Brad play it when the game came out. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I mean, I saw they had additional cutscenes in there because there were certain parts that were not in. I played the game so many times. I see anything, I just don't like. That's not right. Anyway, also, and this may seem super extra, but I noticed that they kind of changed. So, like in the beginning, when all of the characters come back to the mountain, they changed the time of day so that it really changed the way it looks. So they made it at like dusk where the sun's just about to go down. So you kind of see like this orange glow everywhere and on the characters. Whereas like in the original game, it was already nightfall. So
I feel like it's really thematic, because it's, until dawn. So, it's dusk into dawn, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I know they're adding chapter select, which is thank you, because finding them totems and then realizing you missed one is just frustrating. So, but no, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it on PC, of course, when it comes out later this fall.
But yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. I was really impressed by it.
I mean, it looks good, but I knew about that game when it first released, and it still didn't interest me, and now it still doesn't. So, yeah.
No, that's fair. All right,
you don't want to see Hayden Panettiere in yoga pants? No.
I mean, I could just get a mod for that. Yeah.
A mod for what? In what game? If you're not going to do it.
True. If I want this, actually, no. I could just watch a YouTube video. I guarantee you that they're out there. if I Google it. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, and then we got Path of Exile 2 releasing in early access in late 2024. Okay.
Good game. If you like Diablo, you'll enjoy this game. The skill tree is a whole thing. I don't know. I mean, the first one came to consoles, so it makes sense the second one would. But I don't know how it's going to get received now, because people are going to just bitch and complain about the skill tree for like 700 years. So there's that.
I think Sony definitely did this because Microsoft owns ABK, and now they have Diablo as a first-party game. So
Thing is, it's coming to Xbox too.
Yeah, but then you don't really want to promote your rivals' games on your platform. So they're probably thought it would be, hey, look, there are people out there who feel like Path of Exile is better than Diablo. Let's go, get that, market that, and show that it's on our platform, even though it's coming to everything.
Oh yeah, I could say from a marketing point of view, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have this Silent Hill 2 remake. So I watched the Rad Brad play Silent Hill 2 years ago, and looks like a great game. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. very, very interesting and engaging story. I must say. Now again, the reason I watch. First of all, I just like the Rad Brad, but I used to watch him back when I was in high school, and I didn't have as much money. And now I don't watch him as much, but I will definitely come back. I will be watching him play the Silent Hill 2 remake because he will be there. I'll also watch him play Until Dawn remake because he will be there, so I'll be there for that. Now, I watched the gameplay stuff, or not the gameplay. I watched the trailer, and I was just like, this looks fine, I guess. Like, the original Silent Hill 2 does not look good. Like, that is a super dated game. Super dated. That game is really, really old, right? Now, you can, of course, still go back and play it, especially if you played it originally, but the game, I mean, it doesn't look the best. Art-wise, fantastic, but like visually, no. So I thought, what's his name? Ethan? Is that his name?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't play Silent Hill.
it is. So I played Silent Hill 2 back in the day. It is.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So wait. Let's see here. James. His name is James. Where did I get
never
Ethan
mind.
from? Is that from Resident
Evil? Yeah, never mind.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you played this game, Singer? You didn't know what his name was?
This was when it first released back in like the PS2, Luca.
Oh, okay.
Silent Hill 2 is like about as old as me. No, it's not, but it's about as old as, I don't know, who's in their 20s. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a super ancient game. Like, no.
Okay.
Of course I'm going to forget some things.
Oh, okay. I mean, the main character's name, that's kind of a big thing, but that's okay,
Is
like
this
20
screenshot?
years.
Hold on. Is this screenshot from the original game?
No.
No, this is from the remake. Now, look at that. Look at that. And tell me this doesn't look right. Like, tell me that doesn't look right.
So this is how she
Boo Boo Team strikes again.
how she looks in the game, the original game. This is her. Okay.
How she look better than the original? Oh my gosh! How does Boo Boo Team keep getting work? I don't understand.
Calling them Boo Boo Team is fucking insane, dude.
That's their name until they prove otherwise, which probably would never happen.
Okay, so yeah, this is her in the original game.
It looks better.
That's the crazy thing. That's what I was saying when I saw the trailer. I was like, how do we get from this to what I just showed?
Okay, but this is from the original game too. She's looking a little sketchy right here.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit sketchy, but still, like, what is that on? What is that on?
What, like the PS1 or something? Fucking, I don't know. PS2?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Why does the Boo Boo Team game look like it's on PS3?
See, like the rest of it looks okay, kind of fine, but it's just her face. There is something wrong with it. Like it's just it just sticks out.
It's
As soon
like,
as I
look
saw
at
the
this
trailer,
screenshot here. It's giving the face that she has now, like with the thick eyebrows. You know what I'm saying?
Them eyebrows is she got some caterpillars on her forehead.
Yeah.
I have no idea how Bloober Team got their hands on Silent Hill 2. That's when I knew it was trash, when they announced it was Bloober Team. Oh,
Oh, okay. So here's
yeah, look at that. Look at that.
okay. So let's compare the two. This is her from the original, right? And this is her here. So her eyebrows are
Konami does not care. This is Konami, right?
definitely thicker. You know.
This is a Konami published game, right? They don't care. They don't care about any. Ever since they lost Kojima, they just be like, well, whatever.
All right, but yeah. So anyway, so yeah, this I believe her name is Angela. So they changed her design. They also changed the design of Maria. So this is the original Maria, and now she's wearing this outfit instead. And I think she looks pretty in the remake. Like she's got a good face. It's looking. She's not showing her as much skin, but I feel like it.
There was a really foul tweet, Silver.
Of course, Grums has a problem with this. I can't see her digital midriff, so you know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, but if you look at the way she looks in the game, though, sure, there's some like scenes where she kind of looks like that, but for the most part, she looks. I hate to say it, like Angela, like normal. But then when I saw it in the trailer, that's why I burst out laughing and instantly started hating because I was like, it's like I don't hate it, but it just sticks out like a sore thumb. I can watch the trailer and my eyes always go straight to her face. But there's something wrong with that.
Oh, okay. So
go on.
Yeah, I mean her outfit in the original is not the best. Like it's fucking what is that, leopard print in a crop top, but her outfit in the remake.
Let's give a streetwalker. Oh snap! Go back up. Was that the dude from X-Files?
Yes, it is.
That's great. That is great.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know what to say.
I need Boo Boo Teen to go away, yo.
So they're talking about like authenticity, but it's just kind of like, well, is it authentic if you are changing things that don't need to be changed? I don't know. But what's his name? James looks good.
Yeah, the main character looks good. You're gonna be looking at him for most of the time anyway. So at least it seems like they put a lot of attention on him, and then not much attention on any other character models.
Yeah, see, the main character looks good. The background looks like straight from the PS3, and then there's obviously Angela's character issue. I was expecting a bit more from Silent Hill 2 because it is a classic game. It deserves a fantastic remake like Resident Evil. And you assigned Bloober Team to such a classic. I don't know what to tell you, Konami. You really fucked up big time on this.
So like, yeah, so okay, so I was reading some of Angela's backstory to get like a refresher. And I feel like her being attractive is also part of her story. Like not being super attractive, just being like better than whatever this is, right?
Right.
Because so spoilers for Silent Hill 2, Angela. Okay, I'm just waiting for. Okay, so yeah, so spoilers up, right? Angela was sexually abused by her father and her brother, I think, as well. So then her mom like left them. which is so fucked up. You left your child to be abused? Like, come on. But that's like the basic gist of the story from what I like, the basic overview. Again, I watched someone play this, so I have no idea like I can't remember certain details from it because I watched someone played it, right? But yeah, so part of like Angela's issues is that she has severe depression and she's super suicidal, and she's also has like severe body dysmorphia. So when I say like I feel like she's supposed to be like relatively attractive, I think it's because she has body dysmorphia, and when she looks in the mirror, because mirrors play a big theme with her, when she looks in the mirror, she sees something like disgusting and hideous when outwardly she doesn't
Oh
like
snap!
she's not actually ugly.
So what if the screenshot we see on the right is what she sees in the mirror?
I mean, it looks like she's talking to James, so
To be honest,
Oh,
I'm
never
I'm
mind.
not I'm not gonna give Bluebird the benefit of the doubt. On this
I
one,
mean, I
so-
wouldn't either because I don't think they're
No,
clever enough for
I
that.
tried. I
Honestly.
tried. I tried. You know.
no. There's no saving this one, slow mo. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah,
Good grief! Why is she wearing a turtleneck? Is it that cold there in Silent
cold.
Hill?
In Silent
Well,
Hill.
yeah, it is snowing in Silent Hill, but
She's
yeah.
wearing a turtleneck in the original too.
Oh,
She's
okay.
wearing the same outfit from what I could see in this remake versus the original. So,
I can say turtlenecks. So for me,
oh,
it's
okay.
kinda,
Yeah, so for me, I'm just kind of like, so yeah, so she's supposed to be like relatively attractive to really highlight her body dysmorphia, you know, because again, she's abused by her dad and her brother. I believe she's also abused by her brother, sexually abused and physically abused. I believe he also beats her. So she's got like severe body dysmorphia. She sees herself as super hideous and ugly and disgusting, and she wants to die, right? So making her not good looking, I feel like, I don't know, maybe that I'm not gonna say defeats the purpose, but I feel like maybe it just kind of
Where's
detracts from it a
Blue?
bit.
Where's Boo Boo Team from? I'm about to look them up. I feel
No,
like they're Eastern European, right?
I don't know, bro. But yeah, I feel like
Boo
it's
Boo
kind of
Team.
detracts
Poland. They're from Poland.
from that aspect of her character. Now, that being said, let's not act like people complaining about how she looks has anything to do with her story. They're just like bitching and they're saying it's like a DEI thing and all that extra shit or whatever, right? And I'm just kind of like, maybe. Maybe they made her uglier on purpose. I feel like they did a really good job with James. Like James looks good, you know, but Angela,
Picture that.
now she's also
Yeah.
like 19 years old, so I feel like people like being super extra about it. I think she's a 19-year-old sexual abuse victim, you know, in this game. So maybe I don't know. Maybe we should calm it down a bit.
The problem is obviously if it's not even that you don't even, it just sticks out. It just doesn't quite fit because when you look at James and you look at the world and then you look at her in the scene when it's in the trailer, it threw me off. It threw me for a loop because this doesn't look like it should be in this game. It was really weird. And if you had her body as well, like she's got kind of a chubby face, right?
Hmm.
But her body's slim build and everything. So I don't know how it works, but
I mean,
they
I've seen some girls who have a chubby face but a slim
yeah.
body before. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like again, character wise, from her backstory, her not being like she's ugly. Okay, goddamn. Like this picture of her makes her ugly. She's not actually supposed to be ugly. She's just supposed to feel like she's ugly, you know? But everybody complaining about this, like, they're not doing it from the aspect of her character. They're doing it because they hate fucking DEI shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there's again also that other chick whose name is escaping me, Mary, I believe. Oh my god, Maria. Her name's Maria. Now, Maria, the change they did with Maria, based on Maria's character, people complaining about Maria not being sexy enough or they're changing her outfit actually makes sense and works because of what Maria is supposed to represent for James. Like James is a fucking scumbag, honestly speaking, and that's why he's tortured in Silent Hill for what he did. But essentially, so this person said Maria is an allegory for again. Spoiler: this game came out fucking forever ago, but Maria is an allegory for James' guilt and desire. Right? She's a more sexualized version of his dead wife, so of course she's going to appear a little quote unquote sluttier. This is an insight into James' psyche, which is at the very core of the game. You know, yeah. So I can agree with that aspect of it, right? Like she's supposed to look like a hooker, right? She's supposed to look
Yeah.
like a lady of the night. All right. She's supposed to look like a fucking whore. Okay? Because James is just not a good person. All right.
Yep.
Now, so yeah. So this outfit she's wearing is fucking ugly. I can her old outfit is also very ugly, right? But like her new outfit is also ugly. But I don't think Maria's face is ugly. I feel like she looks good in this. She looks fine, right? I think she looks good.
See, that's a better job than Angela. Like,
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what
much
they were doing
better
with
job,
Angela's mother.
but I have no idea what they like.
Yeah.
I don't know how you managed to get James perfectly fine, but then you fucked it. Angela, I don't know. Maybe someone was having a bad day and just like fuck it.
Yeah, this guy did say, what did he say? This guy said he's claiming, or he's stating he's a game developer. He said, as a game dev, I'm here to tell y'all that
Oh,
these
that's Del
situations-
Walker. He's a black character artist. He's pretty kind of like a contractor. He's worked
Mhm.
for he worked on Suicide Squad. He did the black dude Deadshot in Suicide Squad. He worked with Naughty Dog and I can't remember all the studios he's worked for, but he's done a lot of work, so he knows he understands what's going on in those rooms when they make these kind of decisions.
Okay, sweet. So he's here to tell you that these situations arise when there are too many men on a team. They overcorrect for the hypersexuality of the 90s, and there's no woman in the room to say relax. Some women like dressing in leopard print and crop tops, and that's okay. Yeah, so I do definitely believe this. Like, we're not fucking crazy. Okay? They are deliberately making these fucking female characters uglier. Like, that is not us being crazy. That's not us being, oh, you're just a horny incel who's never seen or touched a woman before. Like, no, they are actually confirmed here, deliberately making these women hideous as a way to quote unquote overcorrect for making women too sexualized back in the day, right? So for me, I'm like, okay, that's an ugly outfit. All right. I hate to fucking say it, but it's an ugly outfit. But it's also like she's not ugly like the character. She looks fine, She looks good. Now Angela doesn't look good. Now so she's supposed to be 19. Does she look 19, y'all?
No,
Is she giving
Absolutely not.
19?
she's giving mid-30s soccer mom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it's really unfortunate. So
Well, I mean, what do you expect? You got Blooper Team to do the freaking remake. Like, were you expecting a masterpiece? I certainly wasn't. I was expecting a train wreck. So, in matter of fact, they actually surpassed my expectations because it's not a complete train wreck, only half a train wreck.
yeah. So like I said, I'm reading of like her backstory. Honestly speaking, I'm on Angela's side. Not with how she looks, but like what she went through, and what she ends up doing. You do what you got to do, baby boo. But like character wise, no, she's
She's dressed like an extra in Law and Order.
Yeah, she likes to. So from based on like the backstory, she covers her body up because again, she was severely sexually abused by her brother. It's confirmed here. I'm reading the wiki, and her dad, and then she was also sexually harassed by some like random men. Like honestly speaking, girl, I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's sad that this is the discourse surrounding the game. I like Singer's been saying it. I'm gonna say it now. Why did they give this to Blooper Team? Blooper Team, whatever. What is her name?
Boo Boo Team.
Whatever their name is. I don't know why they gave it to this team. This is like this Silent Hill 2 is a beloved game. Like people adore this fucking game. So the fact that they would give it to a train wreck of a studio that's not established on anything really good has me scratching my head, but not really because I
I think
know.
I think
Yeah,
Konami doesn't care, and I think they
no,
just
they don't.
chose Boo Boo Team because they make these kind of games, just not good versions of these kind of games. You got the Medium, which wasn't scary at all. You got Blair Witch. They did Blair Witch. They've done is it Layers of Fear? I can't remember what else did they do. Yes, Layers of Fear 1 and 2, Observer, the Medium, and now Silent Hill 2.
What a
That's
track
as them
record.
as a main studio. They did a back in 2010. They did a lot of support studio work. Maybe they should go back to doing that. But
Yeah, they really should. They shouldn't be in charge of a main game because their track record is sketchy. But yeah,
yeah, they just chose them because they make these kind of games, and it's Konami, and they don't care. They probably came cheap, so
yeah,
there you
this was
go.
definitely done on a budget.
Clearly, because like even like you can look. I know I'm kind of like making light of them, but the Medium wasn't a like ugly game. Like visually, it looked way better than what we're seeing now. It just had a lot of like the story stunk, and the whole walking around in two different worlds didn't quite work right as far as execution goes, and it did had a lot of issues with like that were very much like AA studio kind of issues with like opening doors, closing doors, stuff like that. It looked very janky in those aspects, but like visually, it didn't look bad visually. It's just like, how'd you go from that to this? I would say it's probably budget. Budget is the reason why we ended up here.
They spent all
Yeah.
their budget making James look good.
Yep, basically.
Yeah.
Or it seems like they spent all their time making him look good and then forgot about the other characters. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look very good, does it? Like her, you know?
It really doesn't. That's why, because we were watching the state of play in the Discord. Shout out everyone who was watching it, and everyone just started laughing when they saw it,
Yeah.
and I felt really bad, but it was the reaction you got because it just
Well, whatever. It's not like I'm gonna play this, so I don't care, right?
Wait, it's using Unreal Engine 5?
Huh?
Oh, they fucked up if they're using Unreal Engine 5 and the game looks like that. No way. No way
Nah,
they're
ain't no
using
way.
Unreal
There's
Engine.
no
Let me
fucking
look.
way.
There's no
Let
fucking
me
way.
look at this. They
There's no
are
way.
using Unreal Engine
What?
5. You know what? I'm sorry. I take it all back. They just trash. They're just boo boo. That's why they're boo boo team. They just trash, bro. Like, are you serious right now? This is Unreal
There is
Engine.
no way you make Unreal Engine 5 look that bad.
They're like Unreal Engine 3, not Unreal Engine 5. Like, what are we doing here, yo? Why are they so bad at making games?
And you fuck up on Unreal Engine 5. Even the Mortals of Avium was kind of bad, and it still looked great. Like, come on, man.
Epic want their engine back. Like, just get out of here. No, you can't use this no more. You're making this look bad.
Kawaii's like, oh my god, it looks like a PS Vita version. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Like,
oh my gosh, Unreal Engine 5. That's the
there's
ugliest.
no fucking way, dude.
That's the ugliest Unreal Engine 5 game I've ever seen.
Yeah, that will probably be the worst you'll ever see. Or one of. I think there's no.
Good grief! I need to look at the trailer again. I just want to bask in the. It's like watching a train wreck or something,
Okay, well,
watching
we're
a
all
car.
into
You know how you slow down when you watch a car accident. And you just kind of walk past it. Like, good grief, that's just awful.
Yeah, it
But I
definitely
can't look away.
It looked pretty stiff. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna hold you, brother. Yeah. It's looking a little spooky, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you guys. Like, I don't know.
Albert,
It's
I appreciate you holding the line in the chat. But Hellblade 2 looks like it's actually made on Unreal Engine 5. This
Yeah,
looks like it was
Hellblade 2
made on
looks
Unreal Engine 3.
significantly better than
And you
it.
know what? And this is the weird thing about it is that I know it's Silent Hill and there's a lot of fog and stuff and it's overcast all the time. That's the way it's supposed to look, right? But it's just like I remember back in the day, developers used to use fog to hide because they didn't have anti-aliasing back then, so they used fog to hide when clip the jaggies on objects and clipping when objects would load in. And I'm just shocked that like they got all this fog in the game, and it's like the assets that are shown should have more detail to them because you're not rendering anything in the fog. And it's like it's just nothing. It just still looks like shit. It's just I don't get it.
I know why they use fog. To hide all the game that they got fucked up. They were like, oh, just throw fog on it. It'll look fine.
I mean, the screen space reflections are what the like. He's walking down the street and there's puddles. Like that part looks good, but like you would expect that on a PS5 game. Like every game should have that. You know,
like that's standard. Like that should be standard. But you look at the trailer in its entirety. That ain't Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, I'm looking at a gameplay trailer. I didn't realize this is what this was. Oh. Okay, well, still looks like something that could have been done on the PS4.
And the gameplay looks like ripped straight from Resident Evil. So there is that too.
Oh, the running animations are they never fix this. Like, how do you look, this is what irks me about Boo Boo Team is that because they had the same problem.
That, please.
Okay, Bloober, whatever.
Please.
But just
thank you.
Their running animations and how that like stuff like the transition from running to back to walking or the transition from running, stopping, and then like crawling under something. It's like it's all so stiff. And this was the issue with the medium. And it's like I remember watching David Jaffe go in on them with the medium. He's just like, I don't understand. You used Unreal Engine for that game, and I can go on Unreal Engine, like go onto the Epic Game Store, go into the Unreal Engine section, and find packs that indie developers have created that you can just buy and put in your game, and they all have running animations and motion matching that look way better than what you put in this game. And they're like $20. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why is your game so bad at this stuff? And it's just, okay, can I just show this part real quick? God, this is so
sure.
Freaking hideous.
I remember when they first announced it at Silent Hill 2 Remake. It was being made by Bloober Team, and I told everyone then this is going to be a shit fest. And lo and behold, here we are. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I feel like that was that could have gone without saying, like based on their other work,
but so some people were hyped. So
just look, I know this gameplay they ain't all that appealing to me, but just watch this fight real quick.
Oh, it's supposed to look like that. No, it's supposed to look like that slow-mo.
This is how the original. I mean, I just.
All
right.
Yeah, that it's. Go look at some original gameplay. It's supposed to look.
That's
like that.
Silent Hill, right there. You can tell this. That is very Silent Hill, but the graphics look like straight from a PS3. So I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they chose them because they're like, damn, we saw that jank that you did with the medium. We have a game for you.
Well, actually, okay. How about this part then? This part where he's just like walking around. But you see what I mean? Was like with all this fog, you think you could do better with the environments, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You could do better with like the car and everything else in the buildings. Like, I mean, the way Silent Hill looks, like this town. It reminds me of like that town in Alan Wake 2. I know it's a different game engine, and Northlight Engine and Remedy are, they're kings with visuals and stuff. But it's just like they would have killed this. Like this looks like something from on expect to see on the PS4.
Yeah, it's giving PS4.
So
Okay, yeah.
I'm done.
Let me show a comparison video as well. Yeah,
Oh, don't worry, chat. Astro will outsell this. Because the people who enjoyed Silent Hill 2 back in the day, they say this ain't gonna do well for them.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, and and I've seen some people talk about like, oh well, Capcom kind of raised the bar when it came to remakes, and it's kind of unfair to Bloober and Konami that they kind of have to deal with.
Well,
yeah, I mean it's definitely an improvement, which should be improvement off the original, which should be just easy, to do an improvement off of a game that came out on a PS2, but what the heck is
this was
it's
a good
supposed to
game
look
back
like
in
that.
the day.
It's supposed to look like that. So, yeah.
I will not have original Silent Hill 2 slander. It was a dope game back in the day.
Yeah, I'm just saying like that's how the gameplay's supposed to look, okay?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying anything. Hey Cassie, how much is the remake supposed to be? Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying like for the people who kind of feel like, Capcom kind of ruined things for everyone else. No, they didn't. They raised the bar. They made excellent remakes off of their Resident Evil games. And when someone raises the bar, like the rest of the industry has to either, get on the same page or get treated like the way we treat in Silent Hill 2. Like this would have been, I don't even think before we saw Resident Evil 2 remake, which is fantastic. I don't even think that if they would have put this out before then, people would have been like, oh, this looks amazing.
Well, no. So.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, Capcom raised the bar. Bloober Team climbed up the ladder, fell off it, hit every step on the way down, and made Silent Hill 2. So,
yeah,
they didn't
like not a
good studio. They just not.
They don't have the juice, I would have to say. All right, so anyway, we can just move on from that. Then we had Monster Hunter Wild. I don't know who that chick was in that Monster Hunter trailer. She was looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The blonde.
Oh, she had a rack.
Yeah, she was looking pretty good. I was like, all right, I see y'all. So gameplay looked okay. I'm not like a Monster Hunter fan, at all.
No, but it's not exclusive.
Yeah,
it's coming to everything. Monster Hunter is everywhere. Like Capcom, the whole exclusive thing Capcom gave up on that idea years ago. So yeah, no.
Yeah. So I did ask people what they thought of this state of play, and they were like, "It's pretty trash, Luca." I'm not gonna lie. A couple people said it was okay. Mostly, I was getting the commentary that it was trash. So, I mean, ultimately, what would you guys rate the state of play?
I give it a 7 out of 10. It was all right. I saw some. What I saw and what I liked. I saw some games that I liked, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. Singer.
I just like that, like when Singer says something that hits his opinion, you can question him and say why. But when Singer says why to you, suddenly it's like, excuse me, how dare you question me? Interesting.
Interesting. I'm glad you noticed it.
I did notice it, yeah.
I got nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I do question the things that Singer says.
I question the things he says,
and no one should question me. That's how I feel about things. I'm kidding. But no, look, anyway, okay. Look, Astrobot looked fantastic. I can't wait, it got me in my feels, and I almost want to reinstall the game and play it again.
Oh, okay.
The first one, that is. So not the first one, but the one that came with your PS5. Where Winds Meet, I'm still interested in that. I'm interested in Marvel Rivals, even though I've seen that already. Concord's kind of bleh, but I thought it was a decent show. It was a decent state of play. It's not, if it was a showcase, this would be like a 2, but this is for a state of play. It's not bad.
I mean, my score 3. Actually, yeah, I revamped my score. It's a 3. Despite it being a state of play, like you showed some games, but what you showed was okay. Yeah, you showed Monsters World, cool, but we saw that already. And yeah, sure, you showed some games, cool. That's not going to tip the needle. Then the other games you showed were fine, but like I'm thinking of it. If I'm a PlayStation owner, what am I getting out of this? And the only thing I got was Astrobot. And Astrobot looks fantastic. Gonna be a success. Gonna be amazing. But that isn't a closer to a state of play. That is not a closer.
Maybe it is for some people.
It's not really a closer, because if you think of the last, I mean, it's a bit unfair thinking of the other state of plays, but you would have thought you would have dropped like a trailer for Wolverine or Ghost of Tsushima 2 or something, right? For a closer.
I mean, this is like, oh Lord, sorry. This is a state of play where they showed a bunch of stuff. If they were going to do a trailer for like one of their bigger games, the entire state of play would be focused on it, So, because they did that with Ghost. I think they did it with God of War as well. Maybe Spider-Man. I don't fucking know, but I know they did it with Ghost of Tsushima for sure. Because I made a video on that. So,
because the last one they showed, I remember because which one was it? The Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was their closer, and everyone got out of their chairs and flipped the tables and celebrated in the streets. Like
I don't remember, bro.
But
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
And also the other thing is they said this will be a focus on games coming this year. How many of those games were 2025?
Quite a few. Someone, I can hear you typing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just mute it up, buddy.
The only game
is it that loud?
Yeah,
really?
I can hear you. I'm like, cut it out, man. Anyway, so
the important thing is, can the chat hear me?
Probably.
Oh yeah, let's ask chat. Can you hear?
Because they can't hear me. I'm just gonna keep typing away.
Oh, okay.
A tickety tick tap, the tip tap.
What's up, Mav? Okay.
Oh,
matter of fact,
never mind.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will mute. I would mute.
Thank you.
Jeez.
I appreciate you guys. See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. But let me say hi to everybody. What's up, guys? Meat Puppet, Mav, Iman, Chronodium. I just keep saying your name differently each time. Viper, Bite, Capono, Brian, Albert, Dorian. Hey, Dorian. How are you doing today, Dorian? I hope you're doing well. What's up, John the Don? True Bleed. Audible, how's it going? What's up, Leaky? What's up, Blessed? Cassie. How are you guys doing this fine fucking evening? Delta, I saw you earlier. Glinzer, I saw you. Gavin, Kawaii. Yes, it's so good to see you guys in this wonderful Saturday evening.
Hey,
Yobi, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Keep up the hard work, man.
Chronodium, that's how you say your name, right? Chronodium?
Perhaps.
So yes, I'm pretty sure it's Chronodium.
I'm pretty sure it's Chronodium too. It's always wrong, but it is okay. Oh.
I got it. It's Chronodium.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh no, Chronodium.
Is that like a thing?
See, Chrono, like in Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Say Chrono. Yeah, Chrono.
See, he said yes. See, I got it right.
No. Was that for me or was that for Slow-Mo?
That was for me, clearly.
Because he said Diam, I said Diem.
Exactly.
So is it Slow-Mo or Singer?
Diem, like I said. Thank you.
Okay.
Bam.
Which is
I said Diem. You said Diam.
I did not say. You said Diam. I don't know which one
Okay,
ever
well,
said DM. I don't remember.
I'll just replay it. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just call you Chrono. Yeah, I'll call you Chrono.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I said DM because like Harvey DM. Yeah, see, right, Dorian.
Yeah, let me just double check,
let Luca check.
and we'll see. Please keep talking.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Sorry
that was
about
the
my
same.
son came downstairs. Hold on.
So yeah, what's up, chat? How's everything going? We currently
Okay,
have.
here we go.
Go on.
Hey, Yobi, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hard work, man.
Chronodium. Is that's how you say your name, right? Chronodium. I'm pretty sure it's Chronodium.
I'm pretty sure it's Chronodium too. It's always wrong, but it is okay. It's just me laughing.
I got it. It's Chronodium.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh no, Chronodium. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
He did say Chronodium before though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But you just said no, that's not the important part. The important
Yeah,
part.
no, you're right.
Thank you.
No, you're right. What's up, Chrono? Though. Okay, we just move on. Just move on from that. So anyway, yeah. So the state of play was whatever. Like it was fine, I guess. But anyway, let's get some thoughts from the people in the community. So Bari gave it a 10 out of 10.
The party.
That's funny. Shut up. Yeah.
All right. Neo said it was outside of two things. It was cheeks. Autumn Umbra gave it a 6 out of 10. Smitty gave it, he said, no wonder they announced it the day before. Stone King X said, hello, mid department. Oh, I actually kind of like that. Hold on.
That's
Metro
pretty good.
says it's ass. Wooly, oh man.
Wow. Damn, Willie.
Ramon, of course, this fucking pony is like the only for sure for me, only for sure game for me is Astrobot and Monster Hunter if it's not grindy. I'm pretty sure Monster Hunter is a grindy game, so
Shout out the
otherwise,
Trevor Bird song.
the other two good looking games like look soulish, which is probably a pass on me for me. That is overall great. Of course, it's great. Overall, great because almost nothing I want to buy and can easily catch up on other games. All right.
Just say a 5 out of 10, Ramon. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Scroner says it was pretty meh. The only game that looks good to me is Astrobot and a few remakes coming this year, but those are not $70 purchases in my book. They are on sale games. So if that's all that's left for 2024, ouch. Kyle says Astrobot looks cool. Hype for Dynasty Warriors, Origins, and Monster Hunter can leave everything else at the door. Zealot's like, no Bloodborne, that's for sure. BMG says abysmal.
I did not know people hated it this much.
Goon says Silent Hill remake, yes. Alien VR, yes. Astrobot 2. Mario Odyssey for Sony gamers. New Dynasty Warriors, whatever the Sekiro knockoff game was. Pretty good, to be honest. Oh, and the Monster Hunter thing. Copy Left says it kind of sucked. Astro, Alien VR, and Silent Hill 2 are definites, but the rest I'm not interested in. Pat says D because Astrobot looks cool and cute, but everything else was either multiplat or yikes. No surprises. Vac says it was all right. Some good standouts, but most of it was miserable. Leaky says straight dumpster juice. Darkling says it's C at best. Astrobot looked great. Some potential good games for 2025. Smaller Souls likes. Meh overall, but showed showed something.
Well,
okay. DJ's like Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, so 10 out of 10. Fucking loves Monster Hunter. Alpha says 5 out of 10 for me at best. I need more. Psychonaut says PlayStation has games coming out, so they have to wait over here to play something. Blade X says trash. CJ says they could have dropped the info in tweets. It was bad at best, honestly. Lionel has some running emojis.
Wow.
The random guy says, I saw the games I liked, but not really surprised by anything. Astro looked great, and those third-party games looked like games folks said they
Where is
wanted,
the random
but will
guy?
ignore as usual. I feel like I cursed him out or something, and he hasn't been back since. I don't fucking know. Everyone seems to like something different. Thinking emoji 7 out of 10. That's what Chrono says. Yeah, we all have different tastes, Chrono. You know what I'm saying? Michael says, uh, but Solid Evolution says, Luca, I give it an 8 out of 10. Concord looks good and fun. Astrobot looks amazing. Super Citizen of Von Red has an Oppenheimer gif. Alex says it's ass. Arcade said, although we come to the mid of the road.
I like that one. Shout out to Arcade. That was good. That was good.
Hades says nothing more, nothing. Light Shadow says garbage. Stillboard says I think 2 out of 10 is where I land personally. Lobo says 6 out of 10. Blades of Chaos says ass. So Tony says ass. Chris says boring as always. Ace says State of Pain was mid. I'm afraid, Luca. Rodimus says mid. Sephiroth says not bad. A few games I like. DEI retainer hire says they showed MH Wild, so 9 out of 10 for me based on that alone. Phil says between alright and not for me with the 10 of the announcements. Jiu-Jitsu says trash. Steve says the best gaming has ever seen. Reaver says Astrobot literally the only good thing. Showed 2 Overwatch clones, a sequel going to PC after saying sequels won't be on PC, and some multiplats mixed in with Silent Hill remade for the PS3. Spoofy says it was dope. J0 says it was solid. Nothing amazing, but solid. It's not a 3 out of 10. 5 or 6 seems more appropriate. Everyone wants E3 2016, 2018. I haven't had that expectation in a long time. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, bro. Like, I'm like, damn, like gaming's kind of trash right now for me. Like for me, as a console gamer. So Pliskin says mid. Hermit says the most important thing that we can take away from that state of play is that Dynasty Warriors is back, baby. JFK TV says even C, no plus, no minus, just a C. Nola says PlayStation is in there. Wait until next E3 Demo Flow says, let's just say that it's time to sell that PS5. Tanner says a lot of PSVR games and 2 Overwatch clones. Red Bear says C minus Luca. Tons of room for Xbox to do better. All right. However, plenty of room for them to F it up too. Please hold the line. Lieutenant Pew Pew says, I think for sane people who enjoy games, it was fine. If you're miserable and whine about everything, I'm sure it went as per usual. See, I can't even blame him for that point. Like, Craig says it was buns. All right. Astrobot was a W, and we'll check out those PSVR games. Ye was like, man, listen, let's not talk about it for real. Kraken has hot sauce and nice. Saint Berg is sleeping. TNC says Garbino. Games Hero says garbage. Gaming Pyromancer says, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so trash. And Jack says Astrobot looks insane. Rest of the show was a waste of time. So we're looking at like a lot of negativity. Shout out to Bari for giving it a 10 out of 10 though. You know, we all enjoy different things. I got a couple quotes. Monolith says 2 out of 10 because of the Monster Hunter, and then Smokes gives it a trash emoji. So yeah. So I mean, like I said, we all enjoy different things, and
I mean, there was some games that I'm interested in, but as like a stay of play, it was just garbage.
What is going on? Oh, sweetie, I don't know what you're on about, so we're just gonna move on. All right. So anyway, moving on from that. Okay. So did anything else happen this week?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really in
we
gaming.
can just keep the show short and get the fuck out of here. So let's do the channel member topics. Okay. Oh, okay. Dorian, I'm shocked to see you in submitting a topic, but let's talk about it. So Dorian says, I'm not sure why, but it feels to me at least in gaming, people have sort of adopted this mentality of accepting and almost enjoying being treated like crap by most corporations to the point where it seems they advocate it for others. For example, the reason why PC gamers don't like Epic is simple. Steam offers a better service, a better experience, and instead of demanding Epic do better, they put the responsibility on the consumer as if we're obligated to settle for less. I don't understand this mentality. Console gaming was built on it. So I will say this, I feel like the gaming space is the main space where I will see people cucking for these corporations and like saying that gamers are entitled when it comes to things like, hey, it'd be nice if my game worked at launch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they're like, oh, you're just entitled. You're an entitled gamer. Okay, you just don't appreciate. Like, I feel like it's because gaming is seen as like a child's hobby still to this fucking day to people who are casuals or whatever. That like I feel like people still have this mentality that if you complain about something, like there's something fundamentally wrong with you, you know? Even though at the end of the day, we are consumers, we are spending our hard earned money, and gaming is a very expensive hobby. So I don't really like that mentality either, where people are like, just suck it up, just deal with it, or they get on you for like certain things because you like take for instance the Helldivers 2 thing with the PC gamers review bombing it. I was like, I have no issues with them doing this. They band together, they do what they feel like they must do, and
But
they got what they
but
want, technically
see,
speaking. But people were like really against them doing that. People were calling them crybabies, saying that they were entitled, they were bitching about it. And then when Sony actually reversed course, I saw a lot of people who were pissed that Sony reversed course. I saw people who said, well, I guess they got what they wanted. I'm just like, damn, is it that serious? Like, it's not that big of a deal. So
well,
I
I have
definitely like these corporate. Just hold on, Singer. These corporations are garbage. Like most of them are. I don't feel anything positive towards the corporations as a whole. They're fucking greedy entities, and I feel like gamers have a right to complain about 99% of the things that they complain about. All right, go ahead, Singer.
it the PC gamers have been doing it for super long, and the console gamers have conformed to what Sony and Microsoft tell them, and Nintendo. It's like, this is what you get, and they're like, yes sir, please sir, can I have some more? And that's what it is. Whereas PC has always stuck the middle finger up to them, and if they do something foul on there, then they are quick to react and strike back. So that's why they're scared to do what they do. That's why they can't get away with what they do on console. Make you pay for online. You couldn't do that now on PC. There's
Yeah.
no way. They tried that and they told you royally to fuck off. So it's I mean, console gamers just have to band together and challenge the corporation because it works. PC Steam has showed you it works.
Yeah.
Like, you could get them to reverse their decision. You just have to band together and just force them to do it.
Which is what PC gamers will do. Like, I'm sorry, but like console gamers are fucking like, bro, like you not. Please, sir, may I have some more? Like you were saying, Singer, like they will just take anything, dude.
They have a lot
They
of
will.
grass on the back of their shirt.
Yeah, man, it's like bad.
Yeah, I will say this though, I don't really agree with how PC gamers treat Epic. I mean, yeah, is the launcher not as good as Steam? No, it's not as good as Steam. But guess who else doesn't have a launcher as good as Steam? Everybody else on PC. And yeah, y'all use their launcher. So I just like, it's just the hypocrisy is just kind of interesting. But
Yeah, I
do
don't really get your disdain for it, to be honest.
disdain for the hypocrisy.
Yeah, you're like this is like people not wanting to use the Epic store is like a huge talking point for you for last couple of years.
I
And
know I didn't start this. It was brought up in the comment, and that's why I said I just don't agree with it.
Oh
But
no, I'm just saying like in general, it's a talking point for you. Like it bothers you.
it does not bother me. It
Okay.
bothers them, and to the point where there will be a game that they want to play that's timed exclusive to Epic, a free launcher that costs them nothing to just install and then buy the game, likely on discount because that's what Epic does, and then they'll just pretend like it doesn't exist until it shows up on Steam.
But that's the thing. Steam players will wait. They waited 20 years for Kingdom Hearts to come to Steam.
Yeah, that's just
Trust
very
me.
that's
They
very
are winning.
counterintuitive to you as a gamer.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, if
thing
that's
is,
what they want to do, it's kind of,
the
it's
I
thing
mean,
is,
I'm
it's
not telling them
tradition.
they can't do it. I'm just saying that it is what it is. It's
thing is, you don't have to
hurting
use the
yourself.
launchers like Fortnite. Now, when I boot up Fortnite, it boots up the Steam Epic Games launcher, but I don't actually use it. I just use it to update Fortnite, and then off I go. So it's not like I have the launcher, sure, because I want to play Fortnite, but at the same time, I don't actually use the launcher for anything other than Fortnite and the free games they give that I'm never going to play. So like EA is the same thing. I boot up FIFA. Sure, it opens up, but I don't use the Origin launcher. I just hit play and then off I go. Like I don't browse, I don't shop. So
Well, I played fucking Far Cry 3 on the Ubisoft launcher and it like corrupted my game. So I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't even want to play games that I have to play through different launchers either, to be honest. Like that was such a traumatic fucking experience for me. So I don't know. It's like whatever. I'll download the free games off of Epic, mostly because I also don't really care all that much either. So it's like whatever. But I do mostly play my games on Steam. So I get it.
that
Like
is true. That
it
is
is what it
true,
is.
Cassie.
I
The
have
thing is,
the majority of my games are on PC too, but I don't mind installing a launcher to play a game. I'm just I
Oh
guess that's
yeah,
how I am.
we I mean, you're talking to someone in chat or?
yeah.
No, I'm talking to you guys.
Oh, I mean, we
Uh,
know that the majority. Obviously, we know the majority of your games are on PC. Slomo, thank you for pointing out the
No, I
obvious,
said
buddy.
Steam. I said Steam.
yeah,
You said PC.
I
yeah.
thought I said Steam.
No, you said PC,
No,
buddy.
PC.
Oh,
But
okay. I meant
That's why I
Steam.
was like scratching my head. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we played games together.
Also, as
Uh,
Cassie pointed out in the chat, like that is another thing why they hate Epic is because they're doing that whole exclusivity thing with the Epic launcher. And it's like, exclusive died on PC a long time ago, right? No one does that whole exclusivity thing and they brought it back. And I guess they're trying to draw people in, but that whole exclusivity thing is for the console gamers. That doesn't exist in the PC space anymore. So they fucked up on that aspect. Because
I
it's
feel
like,
like
oh,
doesn't the Epic store still do good though? Like the launcher, that is.
Well, I mean, it's sustained by Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
yes.
So
Like,
they pulled Fortnite off of Steam and they made it just on Epic Game Store as
okay.
well.
but that's why, if you noticed, Activision now put in all of its games on Steam again. Like Call of Duty has returned to Steam. EA put all of its games on Steam. Like all of them put all their games on. Yeah, they have their own launches, but they put it all on Steam because they understand people in using their storefronts. Like
Oh, okay.
people aren't going to use just GTA. They have their own launcher, but it's on
Yeah,
Steam.
that's GTA, brother.
Yeah, like
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
all the games will be on Steam, and that's just the way it's going to be. So.
I like the free games on Epic.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I don't play any of them, but like
They got
But
another free
Christmas is
game
really
that's coming up real soon. Let me go see what it's something.
hopefully it's something. If it's something interesting, let me know. Yeah, I just
Yeah, no, that's not it.
oh
I saw scorn for a second. It was like, ew. No, it's not. I can't. Something is coming. Maybe it's next week, but there's a free game coming to Epic. That's a pretty big game.
Oh,
Right now, Chivalry 2 is free. But
that's a
yeah?
good game though. That's a fun time.
well, don't hurt yourself, singer. You might have to install Epic Game Store.
No, I'll just get it on Steam.
Haven't you? Yeah, you've played it, right, Singer?
Yeah, I got it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Before I got rid of my Series S, yeah, I was playing Chivalry 2 because I was playing with Shout Out to the Iron Lords. We were all playing Chivalry 2, and then PC
Yeah,
happened.
I think the free games is pretty cool, but I feel like they definitely have to do that because people will not come from Steam. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So whatever. Moving on from that, but yeah, I agree with you and to a certain point, Dorian. I do feel like consumers, I don't know, man, they just like being cucked or something for some reason. It's very strange behavior. I feel like it's because they grew up with like these studios releasing their favorite games and they have like a soft spot for the games, so they automatically defend the studio even when the studio is like fucking them over, it's interesting. Meat Puppet says, with games taking longer to develop, do you think the games coming out in the next few years will be a bunch of stuff that was popular for 5 years ago? Horrors? Okay. A diversity of games that might be popular now. I feel like he did not mean to say horrors.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what happened? Because I was reading the comments of the Concord YouTube video, which are hilarious, and then you said horrors, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? So,
oh, okay. Do you think the games coming out in the next will be a bunch of stuff that was popular for 5 years ago mixed with diversity of games that might be popular now? Yes. I mean, just look at fucking Concord, bro. Like that shit.
yeah.
Overwatch 2.0.
Hero shooters are having kind of resurgence, so it kind of makes.
Are they coming back?
Well, we got 2 coming out this year.
Yeah, we got 2 coming out this year, and we had one. We've had quite a few hero shooters now. I think this generation.
Yeah. For a while, they weren't being made.
Yeah, for a while they fell off because you had like Quake Champions, which was a hero shooter. Yeah, it was. But then like there was nothing really apart from that. But they seem to be making a comeback, so there is that. The thing is, everything seems to want to be a Souls-like now. Like if you looked at the Ballad of Antara and Where Winds Meet, you looked at it and was like, "This is like Souls games." And I think that's happening way too much now. And I think that's one that's gonna games coming out in the next couple of years. People will be like, "Yeah, we're kind of over this now." So yeah, I think that will be the downfall.
Alrighty. Thank you, Meat Puppet. Ronald says Jade Raymond's Fair Games was absent from the showcase. The last we saw was a CGI trailer, and it looked like a Payday reject. I don't care what anyone thinks, but I think Sony should have saved the Faction sequel. Outside of Helldivers 2, do you think the rest of Sony's live service games have a fighting chance? Honestly, no. No. It's looking a little spooky right now. No. I just don't. Is that Marathon supposed to be live service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The thing is, because it's Bungie, it might stand a chance because people like Destiny, so they might give it a shot.
But it's also an extraction shooter, and extraction shooters are not the most popular live service game.
But then will Bungie? Yeah, because Bungie then will release Destiny 2, and then people will just forget about Marathon and go on to Destiny 3. My bad. So yeah.
Yeah, will they? I don't know, brother. I don't know if they're releasing much of anything right now at this point.
I mean, Final Shape's the last one, right? Yeah. That's it. They're done with Destiny 2 now. So, I mean, you never know. In 2 years, you might get a Destiny 3 announcement.
Yeah. All right. So, let's see here. Okay. So, let's see here. Shout out to I think you're Ronald saying, White Drive saying, I finally pulled the trigger. I'm going to build my first PC.
Okay.
For the PC folks on the panel with a keyboard and mouse, what keyboard and mouse would y'all recommend? And do y'all have any tips or must knows for someone just getting into the hobby?
I don't play a lot of games with mouse and keyboard, but I do have a nice keyboard. I wish he was in the comment section because I would like post the link to the keyboard and mouse I have, but I go wired for less latency. I don't do wireless. And what the heck is the name of this one? I don't even remember the names. I'll just go look them up off my Amazon. And
for me, I use the Razer Viper V2 Pro.
Yeah.
I
hate Razer.
I mean, I hate Razer, but they do good peripherals. So that, like, especially their mouse and keyboard set, and then for keyboard, I got HyperX.
That's what I got. I got HyperX keyboard.
Let me see.
Okay, I don't play games with keyboard and mouse, so I just got a standard keyboard and mouse. But I also
Yeah.
do video editing as well. That's mostly what I got this computer for, was video editing. So
Also, it's a bit of a misconception sometimes with when console gamers come over to PC and they think they have to play with mouse and keyboard. You don't. You actually have, again, PC is about freedom of choice and options. And you can play with whatever controller you want. You could play a PlayStation first party game with an Xbox controller. You could play Halo Infinite with a DualSense if you want. You have the option to kind of choose whichever input device you want to use. It doesn't have to be mouse and keyboard. So if you're going to build your first PC, I would say, take whatever controller that you feel the most comfortable with and use that over there. And that, if you want to start learning mouse and keyboard, there's a lot of like games that you can help train you in aiming and stuff like that, and movement. We're using WASD on the keyboard and stuff like that, so you can like get better at it. But you don't need to. It's not a thing that you
Yeah,
have to do.
like only for like specific games, so like RTSs,
True. Yeah.
MOBAs, and generally, like for CS:GO, you're forced into playing keyboard. Same with Valorant; they don't have controller support.
That is true as well. Yeah.
So, but that's the minority of the shooters. Like the majority of the shooters do accept controller. But if you're getting into RTS or MOBAs, that's all done on mouse and keyboard. But it's really intuitive to learn, so it shouldn't be too
yeah.
difficult.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Now, Dorian, since you're in the chat, would you like to continue our discussion from last week that you left in the comment section? For those who don't know, Dorian left a comment where he stated that he's given up on the idea of having any discussion on censorship because, like clockwork, the second it's brought up, there goes the nuke dropped about the kids and stuff, when no one is even talking about that. All of a sudden, we don't have an ESRB that's there to rate the material. It's obfuscation that derails the whole conversation. We can never actually talk about the real reasons behind it. This anti-male gaze bullshit. While games have man ass everywhere, gay stuff is fine, but if anything even slightly caters to heterosexual men, it's a crime. But we'll never have that discussion because the second censorship is brought up, it's instantly about child corn and shit. So I did want to say this, okay? Last week we had a conversation about censorship, and I said that the only time the anti-censorship conversation bothers me is when people don't include the stuff involving kids, because that's like, you can't say that all censorship is bad, right? And then when I'm like, okay, well, what about the stuff involving children? Get angry when that's brought up, because all censorship includes that stuff being censored. Now, I'm not saying that's what you said, Dorian, but I did want to say this. The conversation was about all censorship is bad. Like, that was the sentence there. Therefore, the topic involving children was relevant to the conversation because children stuff being censored is part of the all, like it fully encompasses that. Also, it's like the panel is full of guys who are married with kids, and we have like spoken at length about how we don't like ugly female characters, how we like looking at hot women, especially Singer here. Like, come on, man.
I mean, he's got like 6 body pillows
Like,
No,
in his bed right now.
No, but I'm
And
just saying
two of them need to be washed. Okay, so
no. I'm just saying the modding community is feasting right now.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like it's disingenuous to try and have the conversation, or I guess try to pick and choose parts of the conversation. When I'm talking about people saying all censorship is bad, I'm not like, I don't have an issue with some ass, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? With some hot female ass, I don't have an issue with it. I've never had an issue with it. I feel like we've for years have spoken at length how, especially me, I've bitched and complained about like ugly women in my games, So I just feel like, especially considering like what the topic was on last week, that like I don't even know like why you would try to act like we like hate men or something. It was strange to me, you know? So do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, shout out to Taz with the playing one-handed. Yeah, like I 'cause, like, I I joke that a lot of the people really upset with the censorship with Stellar Blade or were having a difficult time playing the game because they were playing one-handed. It's a joke. It's a joke, but
Yeah, I hear you, Delta. Like I had people calling me an incel because I was like, what's wrong with liking how Eve is dressed? You know, like I had people calling me an incel,
yeah,
but like I'm saying, like here in this space right here, it's I don't understand how you could think that we have an issue catering to the male gaze, you know? Because that's not what the conversation was about. I'm talking about me, Slow Mo, everyone else who was on the panel last week. Like me personally,
Yep.
you guys have heard me talk about women enough for it's like it's strange that, and again, people were they were on my ass, brother. Like they were jumping me. They were like, "You're a fucking incel. You're disgusting. You've never seen a woman." And I'm just like, okay, like
never looked in the mirror then.
you know?
That's funny. Look, I haven't beat Stellar Blade yet, and that's on me because I haven't even loaded it up in 2 weeks. But when I played the game, I'm wearing the skimpiest daggone thing. Look, if you got skimpy outfits, I'm putting them on there. Okay, so I'm not ashamed of saying that. It is what it is. At the same time, I can say that and still be like looking sideways at people who are signing petitions, making video petitions to say, "Hey, take away the little bit of lace that you added to this one outfit," and it's just like, yo, look at all these other outfits. She's half naked in like half of them. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is, and just I think anytime we say things like all censorship is bad, I immediately, like Lucas said, you immediately go to the things that guarantee need to be censored.
Mm-hmm.
The times where you got games where they want to make it all about a school shooter thing like simulator,
The
censor
hatred.
that
Yeah, that show's fucking
censor
ridiculous,
that
bro.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Anytime you're trying to exploit children, and I think that anytime anyone does anything like that in media or in social media or putting stuff like that online, you're catering to a very specific audience that likes that kind of stuff. Get that ish the hell out of here. I'm not with it. And so when someone says all censorship is wrong, I go to the very easy, obvious cases where it absolutely is not wrong and should be there. And that said, online on Twitter, I would say probably about 80% of the accounts I looked at that were complaining about the Stellar Blade stuff, I went into their profiles. And I'm going through their profiles. I see they were some of the same people who were complaining about Tifa in the flashback having her clothes censored, and she's 15 years old in the flashback. And I'm just like,
Yeah, and I also want to like bring something up. The thing of it is, Dorian, you've been following us for years now. Slow-Mo has brought up that exact topic. He has talked about the hypocrisy of people when it comes to the Saudi Arabia games. We have talked about the hypocrisy of certain corporations censoring the rainbow fucking flag in other countries because the other countries are deeply homophobic. We have talked about all of that. I feel like, I mean, do you just like not remember us having these conversations? I know we have a lot of shows, brother, but I'm just saying, like, we don't just automatically hyperfixate and focus on the sexual aspect when we have talked about being against censorship and other aspects as well. You know what I'm saying? And
right. And
like,
he
yeah,
follows us, and he follows me on DPS with Forte. Like you know our views on things. That's why we called you that you were being disingenuous, because it's like you already know what we're talking about. Sometimes I feel like, Dorian, you get upset at other things in other conversations, and then you bring that here. But that's not what we're doing here. Like we can have the conversation, but we're also going to talk about the things that the other side doesn't like to talk about too. Like it's going to be free flowing, and it's going to touch every aspect of the actual discussion. But we're not just only going to talk about one side and act like the other parts of it aren't related to it, because there are clearly, and I'm not saying you are this kind of person, I'm not calling you like the kind of person that complains about Tifa's cleavage being covered up and she's 14, 15 years old. But there are a lot of people on the side that you're arguing for do care about that. And it's not really about censorship or hindering the creative freedom of the developers. It's about them playing Stellar Blade with one hand.
Yeah, and the reason
yeah,
we
go ahead.
mentioned, like, we even like brought it to like that stuff as well is because Stellar Blade, the conversation is inherently about sex. So we are discussing the sexual aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Dorian, it's like, man, like I said, I fucking deeply, I recall talking about the hypocrisy of them censoring the fucking flag, like claiming that like, oh, we're pro LGBT, but then not when it comes to us getting our money, we will censor it over here. We're not actually serious about that. I remember bringing up that hypocrisy. Somo multiple times has brought up the Saudi Arabia thing, especially when it came to like the Hogwarts Legacy thing, and people bitching about that, and people being like, ban or boycott this game because J.K. Rowling's a transphobe and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they love Capcom and Nintendo, and Saudi Arabia has ownership in both of those companies.
Yeah,
and
man,
they don't boycott their games.
We definitely like, and again, yeah. So I mean, I hear you, man. My thing is, it's like Slow-Mo saying, like, you gotta just remember who you're talking to, in the sense that it's like, we've known you for years. You have listened to us for years. Like, you should know our perspective at this point, you know? And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about it. You got anything else, Slow?
No, I'm good.
I do remember that, Mav. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Slow.
No, I said I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, like, me and Singer were talking about redo of Healer.
Yep.
Like, we were like, yeah, I watched the latest episode of redo of Healer. Oh, did you read the manga? Yeah, I read the manga. Yeah, you know, how's that going? Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, honestly speaking. Yeah, it's got some really fucked up stuff in it. Yeah, you know, Singer's over here like, I fucking love redo of Healer, guys.
Yeah, I do. It's a great anime. 10 out of 10 plot. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, I'm putting on hand sanitizer right now just listening to y'all.
Yeah, redo of Healer has some really fucked up things too. So
it was just such a good show. We all watched it in the Discord together. It was
I don't
fantastic.
know about all that. Like, it being such a good show. Yeah.
What?
I mean, I will say this, like, honestly speaking, my favorite manga is Berserk, man. Like, come on, you know, I don't actually have an issue with censorship for the most part. There's only certain things where I'm like, yeah, I'm not, like, this is, like, something should be censored, you know? So, but anyway, we can just get out of here. Let me get my channel members, and then we can fucking skedaddle. So shout out to Chronodium. Oh, I'm sorry. Chrono. Okay. No, I think I said it. Chronodium. Yeah, I said his name right. Chrono, who became a member earlier. Appreciate you. But then shout out to okay, so I'm gonna assume it was Gavin, Aoi, Paco Fog. You know, I don't fucking know. Whoever got the channel member gifts, you know? Shout out to hold on 1 second. Pull this up. Okay, so whoever was gifted the memberships from Corey, you know? No idea. I was not looking at the chat when that happened.
Corey.
But shout out to Corey.
Hell. That man is a king.
He is. He always comes through. Appreciate my boy. But yeah. Okay, so Paco, Blue Moon, Lionel, Capono, Stanley, Arcade, Silverback, Nam, Stone, E-Head, Hero Down Under, Pedro, Dorian, Dwayne, Bounty, Dark Prince, Blade X, Miss Phantom, Iman, Miko, Fonz, Meat Puppet, Yobi. By the way, guys, Fonz is fine. I talked to him. He's quitting Twitter, but he's okay, you know. King Metrochan, Corey, and Bandy, Imar, Damien, Dolo, Tevin, Rano, Dealer, MJ, Dirk, Scrotum, Lord Renza, Kenny, DC, Big Daddy, Smitty, Sub Negro, Jazzy, Dom, Duckman, Sycamore, Zion, Brisky, Light Strife, Pepitio, Nautical, Jet, Envy, Slomo, and Hannibal. Yeah, shout out to all my members of the channel. Shout out to all the super chat support. Shout out to everyone who listens to the show as the show is going on and comes and hangs out with us. Even if we disagree, there's a lot of fucking disagreements, man. A lot of fucking disagreements. But shout out to you guys for always coming back. Some people don't come back, though. Some people don't come back, man. I say some
They'll be
crazy
all right.
shit. And
They'll be all right.
Yeah,
so
they'll
it's
be
not
all
hard.
right.
And then shout out to everyone who listens after the fact as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, I hear you, Dorian. No worries, man. All good. Chrono, my bad. Okay, Chrono. I'll just call you Chrono. I'll try to remember to just call you Chrono, right? So
Only I can say it correctly.
that's not
For once.
not you. Like
Coming from the guy who was struggling to list off the country names on Steam.
I was not struggling.
Yeah,
I got like 50%, 56% of them correct. And that's just about over average. That's fine. You didn't do that great either, if I recall.
No, the only two I got stuck on was because they're French and you have to pronounce them.
Well, I did all the hard ones, so you just got lucky.
No, I did the solid ones because I had to choose two French islands.
I did all the hard ones.
That's the crazy thing because I was like, "Oh, Singer, go ahead," and here comes Slow-Mo. I can do it, Luca.
Yeah, and then he failed. He got through. No, he didn't even, like he. I had to do Seychelles and all of these. And this.
Oh no, not Seychelles. I mean, that was easy, man.
Yeah, okay, and that's why I had to take over because you stumbled. All right, yeah. Of course.
Okay, well, anyway, we just move on from that. So yeah, it was great. Lord have fucking mercy. Okay, so I did want to say this. Okay, so Singer, what do you do? What are your plans typically on Friday nights?
Nothing.
Okay, so I have like a bunch of things to do next Saturday. I can't do the show on Saturday at the same time. So I'm also just busy the entire day. So I was thinking about doing the show next Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same time.
So 7 Central Time, which is 8 Eastern. Is that what you said, Slow-Mo?
Yeah, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Now, Singer, if you can't stay up that late, or if it's like, no, bitch.
No. No. The difference between 7 and 8 is nothing. No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, but yeah, so next week, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be doing the show because I'm busy on Saturday, right? So, and then on the 20.
Although you will have
You
to
mean the
remind
15th? Oh no, that's when I can't make it. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was just gonna say on the 29th, I'll be out of town, but that's fine because we'll be doing the show on the 15th and the 15th and the 22nd. We should be good to go for the show, but the 29th, I'll be out of town. So,
yeah, just for that, make sure you remind me on like the Thursday
of next week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds
just
good.
Remind me.
I will, brother. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Nothing but peace and love, for everybody. All right, bye.
Peace.